When you've got a rough old morning and you're heading out of Two Rocks into a sou'wester, you just can't go past a leisure cat. The day earlier, we'd seen the dodgy weather on the way, so we talked Kev from Leisure Cat into heading to the Gemini wreck, one of the spots from the fishingwa.com website. While Kev anchored to drift back over the wreck, we got a nice burley trail of muley cubes going. I thought I'd give a deep water jigger run first off, but Ryan sent down half a muley into what's usually masses of big sambos.
Yep, I'm on, Ryan.
Oh, well done.
Got to get him up, and I tell you what, these Bannex 5000s are just, they are made for this job. They are terrific. Oh, and that's the end of that. Hit the car. Whew. He wanted it. You got him?
Yep, I'm on, Steve.
You're off. No, you're on. Oh. Go, my son.
Oh, just floated that bait straight down, Steve. Amazing. First bait in the water. This is actually an unweighted bait, slowly drifting it down. You know what's funny? I was about to say, I've got this one beaten as soon as it came up near the boat.
No, you know what they say about famous last words?
Oh, this is a solid fish.
I'm just going to keep rigging up, mate. You know when you need me.
I love it. First bait, drifting down. Oh.
I tell you what, Ryan, though, I was very impressed with that Bannex reel. It's the first time I've caught big Taylor off the beach on it, but that's the first time it's really had some pressure and it handled it beautifully. I don't normally use spinning reels for this sort of thing, but it's pretty ideal. And well, you see Ryan's dropping his tip in the water there. That's just to let the fish take line if he wants it, but he's then maybe not giving up line off the reel so much.
Oh, here we go, look at that. It's not a bad Samson fish at all either, Steve.
No, that's a good one.
Oh, look at that, in the sun. All right, Steve, it's here on the surface. That's not a bad fish, actually.
That's nice. It's a good
for a first fish.
Oh. See how they work, just like that in the mouth? Fantastic, mate. I'd give him 10 or 11 kilos by the weight.
Nice fish.
About 10 kilos, I reckon mine was bigger, mate.
Yeah, I think yours was bigger, but this one was good for a first. There you go.
The traditional way to work deep water jigs is to wind as fast as you can and jig hard. Myself and Ryan have been testing this theory and weren't sure if that's always the best method. So today we decided that I'd jig hard and Ryan would only gently move his jig near the bottom. Why do I always get the short straw?
Oh, I'm on again, Steve.
Oh, they're going off today, mate.
As soon as the burley started to work, it didn't matter how you worked the jigs.
That's a much better one. Got to try and turn his head. I can feel him on the wreck.
Oh, jeez.
It's a big fish, Ryan. How come you get the small ones while I get the big ones? How does that work?
This is awesome. Oh, mate, patience.
Oh, he'll have a 6 kilo fish here and we'll bring oh, what's wrong with you, Steve? Can't you land your fish?
I don't reckon he knows he's hooked yet because he's not.
Help him over.
I think I might go back to my rod. I reckon you're going to be a little while there, mate.
I'll be a while. I'm used to working solo, carrying the team, you know. If I lose this fish, it won't be because of the reel, that's for sure. Good drag, nice smooth, line payout.
This is a good fish. I may have said this before, but today was a bad day to leave my gimbal belt at home. Oh, oh. Well, there you go, mate. I'm part of the club.
Oh, no. He gets the fun size ones, I get the big ones, I'm down 2 lures, holes in the finger. What's going on? Get out of my way here. It is a pretty ordinary fishing spot here we've got off the fishingwa.com website. And guess what? You can actually get on there and download it yourself. So I don't like your 2 hook situation here, young Ryan.
Hey, it's working.
Yeah, it's working to make my fingers hurt.
But ain't broken, don't fix it.
On board.
Excellent.
Fantastic. And the hooks come straight out. Look at that. That's sport fishing at its best.
Look at that.
We'll take a quick pick, get it back in.
Well, there you go, another Samson fish. Well, Steve, I think that makes 3 for me.
Oh, okay, Ryan. Pop him back, and I'll pop you back.
No. Well, there you go. That saves that bit of swimming.
I'm going to catch and release you in a minute.
I'm glad I didn't go in, mate. Good fish, another one.
Now, burley's the key here. Kev's been kind enough to be the burley master today. We had a more unkind name for him, but I won't share that with you just now. And that's important because what it does is get the fish not only interested in feeding, but off the bottom to come up and see what's going down. And what's going down is cubes and muleys.
Oh, Steve, I'm on the jig.
On the jig.
This time the jig. I love it. It's amazing. You don't have to actually move jigs too much. All I was doing is just going jig on the bottom, lifting it up, back to the bottom. I wasn't actually winding fast at all.
Yeah.
Just, yeah, hit the bottom, lift up, hit the bottom. I reckon the jig was only moving probably about half a metre.
Really?
And the fish has obviously come underneath it and hit it.
So I think it's really just opportunism. If they see it go past their head, most of them will probably ignore it, but you'll get one that just makes that fatal mistake.
That's right. And guess what?
Here it
Colour.
comes.
It's a nice fish. Another one.
Plenty of spirit too.
Yep.
We might nip this one out. Oh no, we'll bring him on board. We've got a bit of surgery required. Best place to put him here is just right in the V. Open up for Steve. Come on, open up for Steve. There you go, gotcha. See how easy that was? No blood, no mess. Fish is fine. And there's another healthy sambo. Now come and have a look at this. This is the new river to sea. What do they call these ones? They're like a squid, Ryan.
Yeah, they're a squid lure, but on the opposite side, it is a fish.
Come on, settle down.
Do you want me to hold the tail there?
That'd be my finger.
Let it lay down flat.
Yeah, they're sharp. That's in one end and out the other. He's out. So we'll pop him back in the water. You're right, mate, you can let him go.
Let him go.
Turn the grips around. Come on. You're fine when you put the thing through my finger. Well, Steve 0, fish 1.
Ryan 2.
Knit Steve 1, pearl 1.
That's the lure right there. That's excellent. It's got a swinging hook off the top, a swinging hook on the bottom there. That looks like a bit of a tail of a fish. So you can't tell me that a Samson fish wouldn't love that. Jigging up and down in the water. Bit of 80-pound jinkai. That's a rig. Let's get back into it.
Baits were no longer required. The fish were fired up and eating just about any lure before it even got to the bottom.
Yep, I'm on.
Oh, we've lost a few big ones.
We've lost a few big ones. No, it's not a massive fish. We're still waiting for that real big one.
I'd love to see one of them.
I love using soft plastics. They work for snapper, they work for all fish, unbaited, and it inhaled it.
Just in case we don't see the fish, this is what Ryan's put on. It's a tsunami soft plastic. Looks just like a fish, and you can see all the hologrammatic material inside. They're fantastic. I'll drop it in the water and show you. Look at that. See how it flashes around? Looks just like a fish. And it obviously does, because that's the end result. Now all he's got to do is bring it up. How you going? You look like you're winning.
I'm having fun. Oh, I love it. Yep, there you go, Steve. This is in colour, just down there.
This is just insane. We haven't really had 5 minutes to ourselves.
Oh, it's got a mate following up as well.
I don't suppose we could hook that one, could we? We'll give it a quick go.
Well, just goes to show you don't have to be up north to have fish following up fish.
Nah, or to get into great sport fishing.
More to the point, actually there's about 2 or 3 behind him, Steve.
There's one onto me. They're all over me.
Yeah, there they are. Oh, been snapped off.
I got one though. The reason why these will come up and take lures when the other one's hooked is they're a schooling fish and they're used to competing for food. So if one's actually hooked, they don't really know what's going on. They think, well, he must be feeding. And so when you drop a bit of food down, or a lure in this case, the first thing they think is, that's what's going on, and they grab it. And mine's just pulled the hooks. But there you go, great illustration of sport fishing in Perth with lures. I don't even have to bring him on board and waste any energy. This is great. Well, seeing as I'm on my 3rd jig now, because Ryan's leaving all the big fish to me, that's what I'm using. It's a Saltwater Labs knife jig. Fluoro that side, shiny that side, so you can use it in deep water and shallow water where there's a bit of light about. Single hook swinging off the top. I don't mind rigging them like that. There's other ways you can do it. And it's really simple. I've got my 100-pound leader and I just tie a simple old 4-turn uni. Give it a trim, we're ready to drop it down.
As the day went on, it became clear that when they're feeding, you really don't have to work the jig too hard at all.
He doesn't know he's hooked yet.
No, mate, you wait.
Oh, this is a big one too.
He's gonna fire.
This is a big one. I'll guarantee you this. And there he goes.
Mate, I'm happy to sit back and just watch now. I need a bit of a break.
I just want to see one of the ones I've hooked. He's going the right way. All right, I found a stupid one. Let's see what we can do with it. I'll go with that and action. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. You know the old going that way?
You're in, you know what, dire.
I'm in trouble. Oh yeah, that's a good thing to see. You can see how the drag in this reel's been very good. I've been very impressed by the precise nature of the drag as it's running there. Little turn there, little one notch, just a little smidge of more pressure. Right, well we haven't seen that line before, so obviously we're doing well. The blood's dried on my fingers, but Ryan, this fish is still giving me curry and we're into about 20 minutes now.
Well, mate, I think all the people watching now, mate, are sort of waiting with bated breath on your fish, mate.
I know, people think we've got fun jobs. I tell you what, the worst part of this job is when you know you've got a big fish and you haven't seen it, the camera hasn't seen it, and if you lose it, you're all going to be disappointed. I hope you want to catch it just as much as I do.
No, you've done well, mate. It's been a long fight.
It has been. Probably 25 minutes in.
Oh yeah, I'd be reckon nearly close to probably half an hour now.
My arms tell me half an hour.
Mate,
can we see it?
That is a massive Samson fish by the looks of it.
There's one with it too. Go on, dare to drop a jig down.
Oh, no, mate, no. We'll get this fish in. I do have the gaff if you...
Oh, he wants to go through the prop. Man, I've never had a Sambo go that hard.
Oh, look at that, Steve. That is massive.
Oh,
look at that.
An awesome fishing moment for me. After half an hour of fighting, I saw my biggest ever Samson fish, and they don't call them that for nothing.
Okay, well, over we come. We weighed it, it was 28 kilos. Ryan, I'm gonna let his head go first, ready?
Yep. Well, mate, that's a big fish.
You think so?
Yes.
Let's swim it, get its bearings. That was by far and away the biggest Sambo I've landed. My biggest before that was 22. 28's a fair bit stronger, and he pulled like a train. Ryan's just going to make sure that the fish survives here by getting its bearings, getting its gills. How's he feeling?
Yeah, I've got some tail kicks there, Steve.
I think the key here is going to be to spear him deep.
I've got some tail kicks, which is good. There you go, he's just kicked off, there he is.
Now that was a battle here on the Leisure Cat at the Gemini, Ryan.
Well done, mate, good fish.
And thanks for the encouragement. I'm glad we got to see it.